who today do you trust, and who today trusts Michael Cohen?
My wife and my children.
Outside
my
of family.
parents.
Outside of family.
I don't know.
What do you think about that?
I hate that. You know, I do have a lot of still supporters, a lot, on my various different social media platforms, as I told you. And really what brought us together for this conversation is there's an entire left-wing ecosystem, maniacs, that are trying to cancel me. And I probably, on my YouTube channel or my Substack, I probably lost, I don't know, somewhere between 7 to 10% of my subscribers.
From making those comments?
Yes, from that one comment of feeling coerced and pressured.
These are lunatics that are saying that canceled you.
Correct.
I mean, Midas Touch canceled you as well.
I don't know if I would say that. Yes, I will acknowledge that. Yes, they did.
Okay. So for you, when I'm asking...
Cancel me business-wise, not personally.
That's even... That's saying we don't want you representing our brand and I don't want to talk to you anymore, right?
No. We still speak.
Live, on a show. On a show.
Correct.
Right, on a show. Okay. So, but who trusts you today and who do you trust today outside of family? You said you have supporters. I'm not saying supporters. I'm saying trust. Who trusts Michael and who does Michael trust today?
I don't think there's anyone.
How do you feel about that?
Terrible. Sad. I have emotions. I'm not a stone. I actually have, I'm much more sensitive than people think. And it is sad, right?
Oh,
because at one point in time, I had the guy. Trust me emphatically. And you know, I'll tell you something. It's that kind of a statement that he trusted me emphatically that these left-wing lunatics, these maniacs, these canceling animals are trying to use. Michael, you must know every single thing about Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. What's pissing them off about that? What's pissing them off about the fact that I turned around and said, let me be crystal clear. I came into Trump's orbit in 2006, full-time, 2007, March of 2007 was really my starting date. During the 10 years, from 2011 years, 2007 to 2018, I must have been in his office. I don't know, I maybe shouldn't even have had an office. I just should have had that far-right chair, the one with the red velvet on it, right? That was my chair. And it's almost like I felt sometimes that I never left that chair. During those 11 years, I never once heard Donald Trump talking to Jeffrey Epstein on the phone. I never once saw Jeffrey Epstein in that office. I never spoke to Jeffrey Epstein personally. I never engaged in emails, text messages, any communication. In fact, I only lived like 12 blocks away from Jeffrey Epstein. All right? He lives on, well, that doesn't matter. But I live about 12 blocks away from him.
That Lex Wexner house, the $77 million out of 52,000 square foot.
Yeah, that he got for a
gift.
$1.
Yeah.
Right.
For whatever reason. No one knows yet.
I live 12 blocks away from him. I'm not even sure if I was ever in the same restaurant as Jeffrey Epstein. Never had any communication with him at all. And because I turn around and I say that during the 11 plus 12 years that I was literally living inside Trump's office, I never once had any dealings where Trump was in communication or talked about Jeffrey Epstein. However, there is one case that came across my desk. As Trump's special counsel, I receive an envelope, and in it is a Jane Doe case against Donald Trump. Jane Doe makes the allegation that she was a child and that she was raped by Donald. Well, it's obviously concerning to me as I read through the complaint. It's Jane Doe buying through her mother and natural guardian, Mary Jane Doe. It's a little bit odd that you have the mother still in there, because if in fact that there's any truth to it, why do you need a natural guardian? You're clearly over the age of 18, within which so nothing really made sense in that case to me. But I don't keep secrets from the president when something like this comes about. And so I walk over, I knock on the door. Hey, boss, can I come in? I said, I just got this crazy ass suit or this notice of lawsuit. They call that a naked summons. What do you know about it? So he goes, Michael, it's complete and total bullshit. I said, okay. So he goes, he just handled it. And we had obviously many other things going on at the time. He was running a campaign. I said, sure. So I reach out to some folks who I know. We send an investigator to the alleged address of this Mary Jane Doe, and it's a vacant parking lot. Why are you looking at me confused? Because that's the same look that I had. How's that possible?
Did you say vacant parking lot?
Vacant parking lot. You know, like a piece of dirt,
right,
land.
Right.
So I reach out to the lawyers, and I just start engaging them in conversation. And I don't know what made me ask. It was just a gut feeling. Sometimes you get them, and if they turn out to be the right ones. Have you ever met your client? He says, no. I said, what are you talking about? So I said, how'd you get the case? It was through the mail. He says, it's possible that maybe it's not real. You think that's possible? Because the address that's included in here is a vacant parking lot. So he goes, give me some time. I'm going to call you back. And they ultimately walked away from the case.
Did we find out who it was that sent that to him?
No. There was somebody that played them and sent in this case. Okay. All of a sudden, this left-wing ecosphere, these maniacs, they're now equating, for whatever the reason it may be, that this Jane Doe is someone by the name of Katie Johnson. And Katie Johnson is a real person. But I've never worked on the case of Katie Johnson. I've never looked at the file. I don't know anything about this file. That's being handled by somebody else. It's being handled by Alan Garten, who's general counsel at the Trump organization. I have no knowledge of it. In fact, my understanding is that Lisa Bloom, daughter of Gloria Allred, was the lawyer for Katie Johnson. Now, that case was abandoned or it was dismissed. Okay, fine. What does that have to do with me? What does it have to do with the fact that there was a case that the attorneys walked away from because it was not a legitimate case? Why is all of a sudden this Jane Doe, Katie Johnson, they're not the same? Lisa Bloom, I believe, acknowledged that. They're not the same people. And it doesn't make any sense either that they would be the same person. Why would there be two cases? So you're saying that Michael Cohen threatened this Jane Doe, and so they abandoned it. And I need to try to figure out on a timeline whether that allegation is before the Katie Johnson case was filed or after. Were they going on simultaneously? Patrick, none of this makes any sense at all. And again, how much easier would it be for me just to say, oh yeah, I threatened this Jane Doe's lawyer and so on, and they managed to dismiss it, right? Pump myself up, like a boss, right? Like a capo. Mm-hmm. It's not true. It's not what happened. The lawyers walked away from it because it wasn't a legitimate case. Plain and simple. And because I refused to take that opportunity within which to beat up on the president, now all of a sudden, once again, Michael's a bad guy. He's bending the knee for Trump. He's asking for pardons. He's asking for something. He wants back into the fold. Hey, Michael Cohen here. Look, you all know who I am. Donald Trump's former personal attorney and fixer. A lot of things have taken place over the years. A lot of questions need to be answered. Well, you may have a lot of questions. So do me a favor. Anytime you want to ask me a question, feel free to reach out to me on Connect.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.